Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture's My Life. Now, this episode should be quite interesting because I've responded to quite a few messages on the Acupuncture's My Life app. And by the way, if you don't already have the Acupuncture's My Life app, feel free to download it. It's beneficial to have on the Apple Play Store. If you're on the Apple Store, if you're an iPhone user, and on the Google Play Store if you're an Android user. But I've had a few individuals inquire about multivitamins and supplements, as well as a particular vitamin that, to their surprise after our conversation, it's best that they not take it. Because the big question here becomes, is can taking this particular vitamin actually kill you? You see, many individuals take vitamins and supplements to prevent, let's say, cancer, heart disease. But you want to know something? Many of these vitamins and supplements have the propensity to raise your risk for cancer and heart disease. So be very careful, and please understand as to why I constantly recommend that you see an acupuncturist for regular wellness visits. It's important because even after Eastern Nutrition, along with Eastern Nutrition Counseling, you wouldn't need vitamins and supplements. And I've spoken of this several times in past podcasts, whereas do you really know what you're putting in your body? Number one, does your body really require that amount and dosage of those particular vitamins and minerals? Number two, are you creating a toxic environment internally as a result of shoving these vitamins and supplements in your mouth? Number three, because I say over and over, health is wealth. The wealth isn't in the bank. It's not in the safe. It's not in your pocket. It's not in your purse. It's not under the mattress. It's not in the shoebox in the closet. It's not under the doghouse in the backyard. It's in you. The wealth is in you. So you have to be careful what you're actually putting in your mouth, because many individuals don't even understand the grading of these vitamins, these supplements in which they're taking. And now, when I speak of the grading, I mean, there's international grades and there's grades relative to the country in which you're living. And globally, many of these supplements that many individuals are taking carry an insufficient evidence grade relative to preventing cancer and cardiovascular disease. And just because the jar is beautiful, colorful, and the television commercial or a friend said, hey, try this. Now think about it for a second. If a friend said to you, my doctor recommended to me, or that I take, is that I you? I mean, it's just food for thought. What may be good for him or her may not be good for you. So if their doctor or some other type of health practitioner recommended that they take something, I guess then it's special. It's specialized. It's geared for their needs, their deficiencies. And I speak of this a lot when it comes to acupuncture, because acupuncturists understands that everyone's constitution is different. You may have an excess with regard to a certain internal organ or meridian within a certain meridian, and in the same meridian, I may present with a deficiency, or the same internal organ, I may present with a deficiency. So should I take the same thing that you take? What may be good for you may kill me, and vice versa. So always remain open to that and objective to that reality. Again, this is why I say sit with an acupuncturist, because we'll discuss this with you. And we speak that language where you would clearly understand you are who you are, a unique entity that's different from the next. Let's take, for instance, many individuals being sold on vitamin E. You see, that beta carotene, studies are showing that it increases a person's risk of lung cancer, albeit in those that are already at risk because they're smokers. But it also increases a person's risk of dying from heart disease or even stroke. But you see, many individuals are unaware of this. They're unaware that multivitamins do not lower your risk of heart disease. It doesn't lower your risk of cognitive decline, heart attack, stroke, early death, heart disease. So you know what? Stop wasting your money on multivitamins and use it to see an acupuncturist. You're better off. Very much so, better off. Look to get your vitamins and minerals from the foods in which you eat. And see, sitting with an acupuncturist, they'll explain that to you. It's called Eastern Nutrition Counseling. They'll explain that to you, because more times than not, we tend to use food as part of our treatment protocol. Recommending certain foods that a patient may be deficient in. And you know, we don't necessarily do it the same way, let's say, a registered dietitian or a registered nutritionist would. Our food recommendations are relative to your deficiencies or deficiency patterns pertaining to, let's say, a particular internal organ or deficiency pattern that exists within a certain meridian or meridians within the body, time of year, meaning season. Let's take, for instance, if you're having issues with your liver and it's fostering anger issues or high blood pressure, dizziness, blurred vision. I'm just throwing things at you. All right. Along with designing a treatment protocol to treat that. Now, your acupuncturist may recommend that you increase the amount of leafy green vegetables that you're eating. And you may say, well, why? I mean, because green, the color green with regard to food is tied to the liver. You can be experiencing heart issues something directly relative to the organ or the meridian that represented by the organ. And they may ask that you eat beetroots, increase beetroots, because it's red. Red is tied to the heart. Now, if you do your research, beetroots are actually good for the heart. And there's tons of other red colored foods like raspberries, things of that nature. It's good for the heart, and they're red. Same with stomach and spleen. Foods that are yellow tend to support the stomach and spleen. Foods that are white support the lungs. I recommend a lot to individuals with kidney issues, certain kidney issues. Maybe add some black sesame seed to your smoothie or your oatmeal or quinoa or whatever. Because black foods tend to nourish the kidneys. See, so it goes much deeper than that. I just threw randoms out there just to set a base example. But when we discuss Eastern nutrition, it's in accordance with the colors, the time of year, the internal organ, the taste, the temperature. Simple things of, if you sweat a lot, there's a lot of internal heat. The acupuncturist may recommend foods that are cold or cooling, that being its thermal temperature. Okay? These are just examples, just so that you can understand, acupuncture, it's more than you just being needled with acupuncture needles. And it doesn't always require that. Sometimes herbal formulas, just sometimes Eastern nutrition counseling, acupressure, cupping therapy, moxibustion therapy. There's so much to it. Sit with your acupuncturist. But do me a favor, you guys, you have to stay away from just throwing multivitamins, different types of supplements in your mouth, because, oh my gosh, vitamin E is a super powerful antioxidant. Yeah? Vitamin E can kill you. Especially if you're using it wrong. Taking too much of it or taking it and you just don't even need it. Sit with an acupuncturist. Make acupuncture a part of your life. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?